fuck is Boyce doing? What the absolute fuck is he doing? Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Perfect.
All right. I just asked, can I tell that story on air? I'm waiting for a response.
This is what I look like in class.
Oh boy.
Super normal.
Okay. Crystal says that they'll be on in a few, and we can tell the story about where they are on air, but I have to wait for them to get here. So,
Oh, damn it.
That way they can get the reaction.
We're having for the first time
It's
ever,
like
we're
Christmas
having
all over again, damn it.
we're having guests on the I almost said Laser Source podcast. Yikes. For the first time ever, we're having guests on the, what the fuck are you doing, Boyce?
Emergency stop, brother.
Emergency stop. Whatever.
He's in sleep mode.
I have
He's
4
lost.
pieces of pizza waiting for me.
That looks so damn good, dude.
Oh, whiskey and Coke. What?
Damn. Pepsi and
Anyway,
pretzels.
I love how we're like, we have carbs and sugar, and Boyce is like, I've got alcohol.
Boyce looks like he's selling Molly at a nightclub right now.
Can I just say, Boyce's dad energy earlier in one of the chats was like, what's going on in here? And then I literally, the only thing I thought about was the last episode where he showed us him as a male, female dressed prostitute with like,
I was an overweight belly dancer.
Overweight belly dancer. There it is. Whatever. Just all pure sex, buddy. All pure sex.
That's right.
And I was just like, and he's sitting there going like, what's going on in here?
Boyce is
You damn kids.
just barely old enough to not understand meme humor. Which I don't think Jimmy gets either. I don't think Jimmy gets it either.
I get it. It's just like 1 second I was asking about the podcast. Next thing I know, I see a monkey's sock puppet thing with a penis. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell happened here, man?
His name is Avery, sir. Avery.
It was
That
like
sock,
60.
That sock puppet is like our mascot.
Well,
Oh my
crazy
god, no,
'cause,
it
like,
is not. That's inappropriate.
I asked the question. I come back 15 minutes later, and there's 65 messages.
Yeah.
And I start scrolling, and I can't help but notice monkey dick. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? Did I just
Crocheted monkey dick.
By the way,
Thank you very much.
I'm sitting there eating dinner. I'm eating dinner. My phone's going ding, 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 ding.
The funny part about that picture is not the monkey with the penis. It is
the lady.
It is the lady's face on whom the monkey's sitting on her lap. Like that. That is
Proud mama.
Yeah.
No.
She said,
Matt.
his name is Hog.
Oh my god.
I have a question for the English teacher.
What?
Can you Eli 5 me when to use whom and who?
So whom and who is when you don't. So whom is when you don't know to whom you're speaking. So usually it'll say to whom it may concern because you're not sure who it might be. So if it's a plural who or if it's a one person you don't know, so then it basically has singularity and plurality are the issues. And also whether or not it's masculine or feminine depending on the language because that's a whole like old English substructure
But I
thing.
wouldn't say like whom is there.
No, you wouldn't because you know that someone is there and it's one, right? But you could say, but most of the time you'd say to whom am I speaking? That's the way you should say that. You shouldn't say who's speaking. So, and the reason that is because whose WHOSE is the like possessive. So you don't want to like mess with people. So who and whom. There you go.
Yeah.
When do
That's
I
why the
use,
English language.
Who's there?
when do I use whomst?
Whomst is when you've had 3 shots of Jägermeister at a party and you're trying to be smart at an English teacher party and you're like, whose the shot is it? Like,
Who do you think you are?
That'll be a Boyce 13.0 question. Whose turn is it to drink?
Is that an ice cream cookie?
Are you an oatmeal cream pie?
Ew. Oh, oatmeal.
Matt said cream pie.
That's an oatmeal.
This is how I eat
Oatmeal's
my.
good.
This is how I eat my vegetables. I don't know.
I
Dude,
thought it
I
was
like
like
that one.
I thought it was like a
Vegetables.
Vegetables, that's a grain.
I thought it was like a nice
oats and grain,
chocolate
that's a
chip
vegetable,
cookie
isn't it?
ice cream sandwich, and then you're coming at me with oatmeal and cream pies.
Dude, it's cold enough down here to actually have a ice cream cookie. It's 42 degrees outside.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know.
I don't know how we
I'm not
survive.
crying about it.
Look
It
at him.
feels
He's got his
wonderful.
hoodie fucking tied up around his neck.
I look like a tampon.
That's actually that
Fucking
might be
Oompa
the same temperature I'm getting up here in Connecticut for once.
All you need is the no IR glasses, and you'll look like the fucking Oompa Loompas from the TV room.
Then I look like Boyce's fucking like white
Stepchild.
No, take off your pants and get the two of you in the same room, and you fucking you got a dance duo.
Hold on, let me tie the knot.
That's where you can use Whomst.
I can't believe Amanda said that fucking chick throws her tits over her shoulders today.
She's like,
I was so impressed. I literally was sitting there. I've never spoken with her in my whole entire life, and I was sitting there and I was thinking like, oh, is that too far? And I see Amanda is typing, and it was like, I think she just throws them over her shoulder and goes to work. I was like, yes. I'm assuming that's how she talks. I don't know how she actually talks.
Yeah.
No, she's very. I feel like she has a really soft voice. That's how I describe Amanda's voice.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
did you get fired or not?
Are you allowed to talk about it?
That.
How did you not know?
In a
I
sense.
don't think he can talk about it.
Why can't you talk about getting fired if you got fired?
It's unknown.
I'll tell you.
It's in the air.
We can talk all about it. How's that?
Did your lawyer tell you?
Tell you at lunch.
All I want to do is fucking catch up with you guys so that stories arise naturally, and I fucking go around the table and everybody's like, pass.
whom knows?
Did I get 1,000 yet?
I'm like, Boyce, how's selling Molly going? And he's like, who's Boyce?
SCB, bitches.
Nobody wants to talk about work.
Well, I can tell you exactly why I think Alex needs an emergency stop. This week there was like 14 million fucking videos published, so way to go on that. Just
Yo,
saying.
tell that kid to shut the gate quietly.
There
Hopefully
he
she can
is.
hear me. Because if he
It's on
slams that
mute.
gate shut and wakes up Nugget,
Hell to pay.
dude, for real.
That was the mom's like angry
This is
face.
the first time I've ever gotten Nugget to sleep on time for this fucking
You're bringing
show.
what? Water. Okay, you can get your water bottle.
Did you tell him?
Shut the gate quietly.
Thank you.
It's documented.
Little
He's like,
motherfucker.
There's
Motherhood.
proof.
Wrestling each other.
You can get your water bottle. And
Your sister sleeping.
If there's like an opposite of the fucking Kool-Aid man, it's
I love
Felix
you.
shutting that gate.
Oh
He's like, boom, oh girl.
He's actually broken it. He shut it
Yeah,
so
he's
hard.
broken it. We have
Yeah.
a new one downstairs.
You have to like kind of jiggle it now to make it stay.
Dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do when we get this dog, dude. It's gonna be tough to keep it quiet in here.
Oh, the
Come on.
golden doodle.
Yeah, the golden doodle.
It's all about the training, man.
I'm gonna be a doodle daddy.
He's gonna go shut.
what you do is you get a shock collar, and that'll shut it. I'm not being funny. I have a funny story about a shock collar and dachshunds. If you want to hear that one,
We heard it. The one dog barked.
my
The other
God.
dog barked. You're already repeating your stories. Are you sure you
I'm
want to keep
old,
going back?
dude. I have like 5
Yeah,
stories.
you are old. That's an old person thing to do.
You
Is
look-
it time for Felix to shut the gate?
No, he already did it. He actually did it.
Slam.
He did it. He did a good job.
Literally, this
That's
week.
like my pilot's license. I've gone on boats. I went on a mission for the CIA. He's like, but let me tell you about these dachshunds again.
But the best part of this week, I was in the bathroom at work. That's always
Another wiener story, huh?
No. So there I was with this sock
Oh,
puppet.
hell, around here.
They had a cock now. Like literally, I'm at work and I'm washing my hands. And you know how you look up like when you have a beard. Like I know you guys who have had beards know. Like you always just check real quick. Like all right, does it look like I'm a human being? And so I went like this. I put water in my hands and I do this and I kind of went like that real quick. And then as I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, I got something in my hair because this has white fuzzies in it, right? And so I'm like, oh, I got white fuzzies in my hair. And I start doing this and I'm like, come on, man. Nope, it's just that many fucking gray hairs that I just look so goddamn old. I was like, you fucking piece of shit. I was just so mad at the world.
I thought
And
this
I
was
go
gonna
back
be
to
Matt
class and I
playing
took it out on my
Frozen
students. I was like, you're all writing a fucking essay. Ugh,
God, your hair.
yeah, sucks. But anyways, that was my story.
They
of
say you
dealing
can
with
use it as
the-
hair gel.
What?
What? Yeah, what did you say?
I said, Matt, I thought this story was going to be Matt playing fuzz or cum.
Oh my god.
Something about Mary reference there.
Something about Mary straight up. Oh, is that hair gel?
And now I see why you were saying you could use it as hair gel. Okay.
Oh my god! No, definitely not playing that game.
I told Jimmy so Jimmy did a great job on his most recent episode of the Laser Source podcast. But the one thing, and I haven't given you this feedback yet, Jimmy, the one thing that bothers me about the episode that you did today, which is in the number one spot today.
I said Amazon instead of Laser.
Don't even care about that. Jimmy's in the number one spot on our top 10 most recent videos. So he's killing it. Let me just preface that. But you don't look at the fucking camera when you talk. You look literally anywhere else except for the fucking camera when you're talking.
You know what I did? You know why? Because I cut the boom 3 inches, right? And I got to cut it more because it's not level with my face. And I'm tired of going like this, looking at the camera. That doesn't look
I told Miranda, I sent Miranda a screenshot of a giant pair of titties, and I was like, I'm just going to tape this under the lens.
Did I hit 1,000 yet?
It was like, he'll never look away. I don't know, dude. We're fucking not supposed to be working right now.
We're not working. I just want to know.
You're stressing me out, Jimmy.
Not working. I
My
just
number
want
isn't the
stats
same
on
as
the
yours.
YouTube channel. I'm not even logged into that account. Hold on. Somebody else has to talk, though, because I can't fucking do Jimmy's fucking emotional labor and fucking post show.
I got it. You're at 975.
Almost there.
Almost
Is that
there.
the back end stat or the front end stat?
Back end.
Oh, yeah. 975. 1 out of 10.
Good job, Jimmy.
Come on,
Jimmy,
baby.
are you a back end stat kind of guy or a front end stat kind of guy?
Depends on what her name is.
He's a front end stat. That's why I was going to
As
pay.
long as he keeps talking, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
He's got a
Just
German
an accent.
consistency.
He wants a German
God.
thumb.
I really thought when I talked about the fuzz, I thought when you talked about the fuzz earlier, you were just going to be like, it's a fuzz. I swear to God. I was waiting for it.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that.
Hey, the short has 1.4K views right now.
He looks like an 8-year-old eating that fucking cookie.
That's what your mother said.
He's got 3
Ew.
pieces. Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Don't
I'm
choke
okay
to
with
death,
that.
Holy
please.
shit, you about killed Alex, man.
Hey.
That was fucking
Hello.
savage.
Oh,
Oh,
They're not
Oh, now
winning.
they fucking come on.
What do
there you go.
there we go.
Oh, here we go.
You
Boyce
just showed up for like you missed the best your mother joke there.
Look, Crystal has the fucking I fucked shit up. I should not have come here face.
I don't even know what's going on, honestly.
Hey,
What you just
so-
missed was Jimmy saying that I looked like an 8-year-old eating a cookie, and I said, "That's what your mother said." I don't know.
Oh, so just really quick, guys. If you're wondering who the fuck just showed up, it's Crystal and John from the Riley Black Project. I should probably
What's going
bleep
on?
that out so that nobody ever associates this show with you, because
It's. I will also preface this is audio only, so you don't have to
Yeah,
worry
we can
about
see each
that.
other, but they would have.
pre-recorded. So if you say anything about how much you love Hitler or something, I can cut that out.
No.
And
All right. Well, that's
I
what
mean,
you cut out. So
Again,
Great job.
Alex.
10 out
I
of
know.
10. Strong start.
My fault. I'll just bleep it out. And
Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's a very popular guy out there who thinks he wasn't that bad of a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I guess
Connie.
I waited. First of all, it was the hardest fucking thing I've ever done in my life not to read the message that you just sent me, Crystal, to the group to let them know where you were. It took
pretty good.
every ounce of my fucking self-control.
I'm dying to know because Alex's face told a big story and
But
we didn't know what it was.
So where the fuck have you been?
So, well, first of all, you didn't respond to me, so I didn't know it was
I know
actually.
it's my bad. I know I'm a douchebag.
And then
I don't Facebook, dude. I don't Facebook.
I know. I always have to comment. always have to write your wife if I
Mhm.
want to answer to anything.
We all do that. We all have to do that. I'll just ask
It's
Miranda.
true.
Literally every single other person on the screen does that same exact thing.
So
True.
I didn't hear from you, and then our shit of a day kind of made it so that I didn't even think about it. I was like, well, that's not happening. So our day started with me having coughing basically from 5 a.m. to 8. And then I couldn't breathe after coughing so fucking much. And then we went to urgent care because I couldn't breathe. and we spent all morning at urgent care. On the way to urgent care, I twisted my knee. So I'm limping in care like, this isn't why I'm here.
Can I just say this is not the way I saw this going?
Yeah,
You'll fit right into this.
Crystal mentioned urgent care, but she did not say anything about her having a hard time breathing or limping. I'm not that mean, just for the record.
She's burying the lead under all this fluff.
Like just shoveling it, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're limping into urgent care. You can't breathe.
Not breathing.
I got a shot in my ass. So
Not
that's
in.
like
the cheek.
when they get shot in the
not
ass.
in.
Or is that Armageddon?
Trust me, it's not
Not an enema.
Bent over and they see the needle coming.
Is that all you need to do?
No. She says the nurse comes in. The nurse comes in and she asks, "Where's that shot going?" She's like, "Well, I usually do it in the butt because it goes through. It goes into the system better. But I can do it. But I could do it in your arm too." And I'm like, "See, that's exactly what I've been telling her. It's always better in the butt."
Shit, Jimmy.
He's the man of science.
Man.
He's the man of science.
You're gonna need a bigger needle.
We've said this on the podcast before, but when we told Jimmy that Miranda was pregnant with our third child, he said, "This is why you need to just come in her ass."
Oh.
Really fucking like straight to my
Multiple times.
straight to my
I
face.
said anal, dumbass.
It
He's
never
like,
fucking
that's how you prevent this from happening. Like that's
I love watching the
I mean, there are
storyline of this discussion.
I know. So they have a giant needle and it goes directly into your butt.
I'm now not dying.
Okay, that's good.
And
About half an hour ago, we took an edible.
yeah.
Hey.
So he sends me the link
So we got another
at 9 of the
15 minutes,
StreamYard,
and it's
and I'm
gonna-
chilling.
Well, yeah, you are.
Feeling good on the couch.
But,
Yeah. And
so, guys, the moral of the story today is
shit. So here we are.
taking it in the butt saves lives, and then you eat edibles.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a full
Welcome
day,
to the
baby.
podcast.
That's a full day.
Honestly,
It's in,
the whole
what's
me not telling you guys when the podcast thing is starting, that's on you, because you witnessed how totally irresponsible I was when I was supposed to be on yours at a certain time.
Yeah.
And I just didn't show up for that. I'm fucking barely here for this show. These guys know, but was it last week I fucking showed up at 10 o'clock?
10:30.
And then fell asleep.
I did.
Fell asleep.
The week before that, I was literally in here with Coraline, and Miranda was sitting here at my desk, and she's talking to the guys, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to put Nugget down, and we laid down, and I just fucking passed out. Just did the rest of
During the podcast.
It was also our wedding anniversary, so
No.
it was to me.
Nice.
Fucking hell.
I fell asleep
I
doing this
bought you
podcast.
your Olive Garden. I don't want to hear it. You got your Olive Garden.
That does sound good.
That's all I
No,
needed.
Olive Garden is bomb.
and those breadsticks.
Such a gentleman.
Where the fuck did you go, Kyle?
Tonight?
That wasn't Olive Garden, and you were like, "Oh, should have went to Olive Garden."
Oh,
Cracker
so
Barrel.
so me and my girlfriend went to Cracker Barrel for our anniversary earlier this month, and it was bad.
Aw.
Everything was bad. Everything was wrong.
Lies.
My entire. You know how they have those sampler meals that are like it's like steak with a bunch of other stuff with it?
Yeah.
They charged me a la carte for everything instead of it being a meal.
And he paid for it.
What?
I paid for it, but then I took the difference out of the tip because fuck her for doing it wrong.
I paid for it, but then
I tried to tell her too. I'm like,
It's a very
I tried to tell her too. I'm like, this did when my meal came. I'm like, where's the other stuff? And she's like, what other stuff? I'm like, it was supposed to come with like shrimp and chicken. And she goes, no, it wasn't.
She's like, I got the chicken right
on the
here,
menu. It says it is. And she's like, no, but we'll do an add-on for you. And I'm like, no, that's okay. And then she brought it out anyway. I'm like, all right.
You're too nice. You need to just be like a Karen.
Did the Cracker Barrel make you vomit?
It did. It totally gave me and Courtney food poisoning.
Good.
Oh,
So
We
Happy
were totally
anniversary.
shafted for the next 24 hours.
You should go to urgent care. I hear they give good shafting there.
yeah, they do.
They shafted you in the butt.
And then you get edible.
There were things coming out of my butt. I didn't need things going into my butt.
So been, well,
Jimmy would argue
now it's a party.
precisely the time you need something going into your butt.
Now you see Crystal's
You're not
audio
nasty,
and her
right?
internet starts going, uh-oh.
Uh,
We're going through a tunnel.
Do you guys listen to the show? Have you listened to the show at all?
Not ESOP yet. No,
Oh.
that was my plan
That was
before.
your second mistake.
It's crash course status now.
But I also
There's no
heard
pulling
that you
up.
guys talked about, what was it, your favorite throwing up positions or something for 30 minutes last
absolutely.
time?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Because me and Alex were blessed with the stomach flu from our children because they're disgusting.
Oh.
Yeah, all of us, just everyone. And I was like, why is he so fucking loud? Like he's like screaming. And
Matt does the
Shut
most
the fuck
accurate
up.
impression. Can you do that for me? That's it. Exactly.
Because you're choking on snot, your epiglottis is like freaking out because it's like, do I save the person or do I let more air in? And it's like, right? And then you're just
feel
like,
an
you're
exorcism.
right.
Everybody else is
And
making that kind of noise.
my wife
And
literally
you got
said-
air in your lungs, right?
Yeah. And that's it. And like, your wife sits there and judges you the entire time. It's wonderful. Like she literally is like, can you just not wake up the kids? And I'm like, oh.
Here's the
Yeah.
here's the entertainment in me. If I ever fucking throw up again, I'm gonna record that shit. Just because.
Please don't.
On my fucking cell phone, I'm like,
Boyce is gonna be like wiping its mouth, and it's gonna be like, get the camera.
get the
Turn on the gimbal. Where's the filter?
Everything is content. I totally recorded my ass in the urgent care today and posted that shit.
Oh
Because
my
I was
God.
wearing my work shirt.
Wait, did you
Getting the
actually
shot or
record your
no?
ass? Like getting
No,
the shot?
I would have done that. I would have done
I
that.
got
Everything is content. I'm just checking.
So I bet you that would have gone viral. I should have.
Yeah.
it's currently going viral on OnlyFans.
I'll fuck you up.
Bro, I fuck up all the time because like I'll be like scrolling every once in a while on TikTok and like it'll decide that I want to watch a video of like a 50-gallon fucking pus pocket be like
Oh.
extracted from like somebody.
Dr.
Yes,
Pimple Popper
dude.
stuff right there.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. Like who the fuck wants to see that? I mean,
But then you, yeah.
oh,
I hear.
you're the sicko. John's the
Like, I'll
sicko.
scroll through those, and I'll get caught up like, oh, let me see this.
Nah.
Yeah.
Especially the blackheads.
And then you're like, oh, what does that smell like? That's the only thing I think of is just like the smell of those pus pockets.
I
Oh
can't.
no, I'm
Is that what you say when you're scrolling through OnlyFeet?
Instead of hot pockets, it's like pus pockets,
Oh my
right?
God, what's wrong
Not
with you?
into it.
What did I text you? So we had some mortgage
Oh, yeah,
bullshit
you
come
wanted me
up this
to-
week.
to
And I
actually
legit
look
told him, I
into
was like, feet pics.
Yeah.
So how much is that going for? And how? Like,
And what's the
we've
best
joked about
platform?
it before. And I said, how do we sell feet pics? I'm not kidding. Like,
Dude,
So
OnlyFans.
$2,000. Yeah, somehow.
my students actually brought that up.
I'm not into feet, but $20 is $20.
Exactly. Right.
Like I took my shoe off in class the other day because my foot was killing me, and I was like standing and walking around talking to students all the time. And I literally- yeah, yeah, right.
You were walking around with one shoe on?
No, I sat in my chair. Fuck, I'm not a goddamn like
I know, I
criminal
thought it'd be
monster. And I'm sitting there though, and I'm like rubbing my foot
Bruce
because like. And by
Willis.
the way, I'm under my desk there with it, so it's not like I'm like sticking it up on my foot. But one of my students goes, "What you doing over there? Taking some toe pics?" And you can't, as an adult in front of students, you can't actually like. I, of course, have to be like, "What do you mean?" And the kids, because the kids are like, "You haven't heard about Only Feet?" And I'm like, "What's Only Fart? Is that what you said? What is that?" I feel like you have to put on your
Like,
persona.
good for your mom. She's insatiable.
No, Matt, you missed it. It's cakefart.com.
Yeah.
Gross.
Like one time, a kid. Do you guys remember RedTube? Like, everybody's pretending it was like the Pornhub predecessor.
the original. That's the OG.
So it is, and so I remember as a teacher, I was like 26. So this is like what is that? Oh God, was that 13 years ago? And one of my students was like, "Yo, it's like when you looking up on RedTube," and like he was like, "I mean YouTube," and I had to in the middle of class, I was like, And I just had to keep a straight face the entire time. And all his friends were laughing. And they're like, he doesn't know. And I was like, bitch, I got the premium account. I got a paying job.
I didn't have time for that
job,
shit.
son.
I'm subscribed.
2006, I was,
Meanwhile, the student's like,
Yeah.
in 2006, I was fucking around on like rotten.com. You ever fuck, you know, you ever,
I used
I've
to.
done that before.
that
yeah.
shit's fucked up, dude. That was like exploded bodies and like car wrecks and shit.
Yeah.
It was like pre-live.
I never looked at that. I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
All the more
That's why I'm not-
pictures of all the stars and shit was on that, right?
That's why I'm
Yeah.
not squeamish now. Miranda the other day was just like, "Would you give me an injection if you had to?" And I was like, "Yeah."
That's
Because I failed
the
again.
ass?
Every pregnancy I've
Yes.
failed the first gestational diabetes test, and I always pass the second one. But I'm always every time I'm like, what if I have to
You
give
know
myself
stuff?
shots? I can't fucking do that. And
There's
he's like, I'll do it. I'm
subcutaneous.
like, you can't go out of town then. You're gonna do it every day. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's your
no, I
fucking fault.
couldn't do that for me. You'd be doing mine too.
that's
I
fine.
would just die. Like I guess I don't know. I just
None,
wouldn't
none
do
of
it.
that bothers me. The blood, vomit,
I can't get myself a
shit.
shot.
I'm fucking
See,
good
I
on
have
all
to give-
that.
Times in my life, and it's always been from blood, either mine or someone else's. I can't do blood.
I can do.
I have a
I
day
can
job.
blood.
I'm-
Keep your.
I
Fucking
used to
little-
not be squeamish, but now I am.
Just keep your
That's
little
what
fucking.
How that just, like it changes what like you get old and now new things bother you.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
You know,
my day job has
abscesses.
desensitized me to everything.
Is
Yeah, I
what?
bet you see some nasty shit.
Just desensitized me to everything.
What do you do?
Physical therapy.
Oh,
And I used to do home care, so I'd drive home to home for like 16 years.
So all the stuff.
Yep.
You saw everything.
onlybedsores.com.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Happy ending for more.
I've seen.
I was just about to say.
$20.
He just said 2020 is 20.
I was just about to say.
Openwounds.com.
I feel like he had to do a lot of thigh massages.
Ew.
Yeah.
Inner thigh.
I
Look at
carry,
those
bed
muscles
sore
real
anyway.
loose.
In your balls.
that's where I carry my
Yeah.
stress, my balls.
Rub that shit out.
This is like bed-bound
Super bad?
patient
No,
with
no.
dementia takes it right in the bed sore.
You guys want to hear? You
You
guys.
degenerate.
Wait,
I will
wait,
tell you
wait.
the
If that
nastiest
inspired it, I
fucking
want to hear
thing
it.
ever. The nastiest
Oh.
fucking thing ever. Okay.
Oh god.
There we go.
This is gonna fuck your day up. I love
He's
it.
rolling his sleeves up.
Let me get a
Wait,
snack real quick.
wait. I
Pulling the
really
onesie
want,
sleeves up and
Boyce is like, hold my peaches.
I'm gonna chew on some pizza while you hear this.
Oh,
I got
great.
pizza combos.
Ear at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm a new physical therapist. I'm at a hospital, and this nurse comes out of nowhere. This young lady comes, sits next to me.
Oh, I've
She's
seen
like,
this movie.
She goes, "You're new here." No,
I've
she's
seen
like,
this
"You're new
movie.
here, right?" I'm like, "I
It's
don't
on
work. I
RedTube.
work at home care." Red tube. But I was like, "No, I just work on the weekends at a home care." She goes, "Okay, so I probably won't ever see you again." I was like, "Probably not. Why?" She goes, "I have to tell you something, and I can't tell you any details because of HIPAA." I'm like, "All right." She's like, "I'm an ER nurse." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, they see some
And
shit.
she goes, "So we have a patient
Tell me the
come
dirt."
in." She goes, "So I had a patient come in that has an ostomy. If you guys know what an ostomy is, it's an opening in your colon if you don't shit out your shitter.
Poop bag.
It's it's under construction. kind
It's
of
your new exit hole.
deal. So yes,
Detour.
it's a belly anus, you know."
Does it get a shot?
Oh,
Does it get a shot?
I've seen this video too.
Gross.
But hear me out. This is you guys gotta know.
Oh,
That's on the premium account. He
So
knows.
bad.
I saw
Which is
that
like,
one.
so anyway, I made a fortune on onlyostomies.com. You fucking
This is insane. I'm telling you.
you're
By the way,
dude.
from now on, can we just call Boyce Shitbag 1.0? Is that what you call him?
Oh my god. Okay, so she
Call
tells me
him
this
Shia
patient came
LaBeouf because this man loves holes.
do it, you know. Anyway. Oh shit, I'm sweating. So she says this patient comes in with an ostomy, and he's got like a bunch of blisters around it and shit is really like infected and stuff.
Ugh.
And
That's not
so
funny.
they talk to their doctor and stuff, and the doctor comes and says, "Hey, Mr. So-and-so, your colon's actually healing pretty good. We can go ahead and do a resection surgery here next couple weeks." He goes, "Hell no, doc. You know how much money I'm making pimping this thing out?"
Oh, he was getting.
What?
Yep.
That was my face. So let's think about this. Those blisters, the venereal disease on his belly hole.
You've never heard of stomach herpes?
So really, I really wasn't that far off with only ostomy.
Oh my god!
So the nurse gets up and she just gets up and she walks the fuck away. I don't know her name. I never saw her again. I just said thank you and she walks away, dude. It's like the
Thanks
worst
for
story
sharing
ever.
that story.
All right.
She had to get it off her chest, you know.
At least
she didn't. At least she didn't have to get it off her belly.
I was watching
What's wrong
Miranda
with you?
specifically while
Come
Boyce was telling that story, and I think we lost her. I don't think she's going to come back on after today.
Miranda turned her speakers off. She was done.
Out.
But listen,
Mute.
where does your creativity go? I think about is this. This motherfucker's got nuts flapping his fucking page.
I'm picturing that fucking monkey that we talked about it before.
So do you like just sit on the side?
Yeah. Which way are you facing? That's how I'm wondering. Like, okay, is the ass facing you?
You do it like glory
Depends
holes?
how much you're paying.
Glory hole.
The armpit is like the seat, right?
Good God.
Terrible.
That's how fucking crazy people are, guys. That's the kind of weird shit I've been dealing with.
That's
The most
fucking.
fucked up
Now,
thing.
real quick, let's go back to our story
damn.
now. Now, those toe picks seem pretty fucking
Oh my
okay.
God.
Right?
Like,
Let's just go back to that.
You've really balanced that out for us, boys.
Now that students' moms, like fetishes seem really mild.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's somebody
Thanks
I know
for
at
ruining
work.
everyone's day with that story.
Right.
Really
Actually, now I'm just looking at this combo hole. Like,
what's wrong with you?
I mean,
Bust out that
Like-
simple, huh?
That's
I'm
hilarious.
pretty sure there's a lady at my work who sells her breast milk because she's been pumping for a long, long time. Like a long, long time.
Jimmy's
just
like,
saying.
tell me some more.
Send me a link.
I don't lactate, but $20 is $20.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought about it. You could
You
sell it to all
didn't. You
sorts
didn't
of
hear
weird
any
guys
judgment.
online,
You
and I'm
didn't hear
like,
any judgment in my voice.
I could
Like-
try relactating.
yeah,
Go milk that bull out there.
sounds
Literally
doable.
just like laser everything. It'd be like just titty everything like boop, 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 boop.
Why
Just
can't
a
you do so
pew,
much work when
there
you
you
can
go.
just fucking sell your bathwater?
Boop, boop, boop.
It's true.
We're selling laser shit. We need to
People are nasty.
backwater, toe picks,
Ugh.
glory holes.
By the way, and for those of you, because this is audio only, for those of you who can't see, Crystal has now taken out a pad and is writing down
Got a list of
Idea.
career
future
options.
projects. Future projects.
How can I clear that home deficit we got?
Fuck yeah,
It's
man.
like, how can we target the ostomy market? You know what I mean? It's just like,
I'm gonna make a charm for a laser keychain. Like little ring around it, like
a little
enter
stink star.
not only.
oh my god.
There's so many
It's
ideas.
a two-way street.
Here's the worst thing about my job. I had to help the nurses sometimes when I was at home
Wait,
care.
that wasn't
so I
the
had
worst
to like.
part?
That was the
sounded
worst
like the
story
worst
ever.
part.
That was like a
That's the worst story
Tuesday.
ever. I've had to help people change their ostomies and shit at home care. Like old people can't reach their fucking hands. They're like, hey, my fucking nubs. They're all fucked up with rheumatoid arthritis and shit. Because their hands are so fucked up from rheumatoid arthritis, they can't do it.
Your disability when you get older.
Hell,
You go to pull the bag off. Oops, sorry.
That's a mess.
the nubs, dude. I can't believe you just said the nubs.
Boyce's lack of humanity is always astounding.
I know.
I'm a healthcare professional. Come here, Nubby. Come here. Jesus Christ.
Hey, no, it's your turn to
walk
massage
into a
that.
quadriplegic. How's it rolling?
By the way,
you know,
can you imagine being 85 years old? You can't really tell this asshole to get away from you. And he's like, "Do you want to hear an ostomy story real quick?"
Last episode, we were literally talking about how Boyce beats up little black kids in order to prove he's not a racist.
Prove he's not a racist.
oh my god.
And now he's on the show making fun of quadriplegics and their fucking nubs.
God.
You're an asshole, man.
Such a huge one.
Listen,
I can't believe
I
you.
have bronchitis. I'm gonna die.
I can't believe you said they were lazy.
Oh my god, dude.
Boyce is over here with physical therapy, and
What sucks is
And hookers.
I think they're waiting for us to like go back to a joke with that lead in that you just said, but there's no joke to it. That's just what happened. Like that's the fucking story from last week. Boyce is like, so I'm out at a club and this motherfucker's got a problem with me. All right. And I see him and he sees me. I beat the shit out of him because I was like, who are you looking at? And that's why I'm not a racist. And you're like, what?
I didn't say that.
That's not what happened.
Exactly it. That was spot on.
It's a nice twist. That's a nice twist.
If you don't believe me and Matt, go listen to the last episode.
But don't start on episode
This
6.
is all
you piece of
because,
shit. Go back to
I
1.
was trying to call white people racist, and Boyce is like, "Oh no, it goes both ways." I was like,
don't start at
I-
episode 6.
I casually
you can't
asked-
cheat the system.
I casually asked, I'm like, oh, does it really go both ways? Oh, that's what it was. He was at a restaurant and these two old people, he's like, old people are the worst because there's intergenerational issues. And I go, is it really that bad? And he goes, oh yeah. He's like, dude, he's like, doesn't matter black or white, or like they see us and we catch some shit. And then he's like, so this one time he tells the story. Oh,
Boyce
so
is
good.
like poops or
Fuck all
dicks.
that.
It goes both ways. You know what I mean?
Boyce, you should make some hilarious cards. Onlyostectomies.com and leave them on their table.
I can't make the title of this episode colostomy fucking.
Call it, just
What am I gonna do?
call it nubby fucks.
I'm gonna
Terrible prior work stories.
John's going.
If you fuck in a colostomy hole, does it still make you gay?
go.
Oh my god.
Or is it just you're hugging your close friend?
I think the closest.
Well, technically, it's still anal, right?
I think the closest.
It's not the butt.
It's pre-anal.
It's technical. I said.
I think.
I'm with Jimmy on this.
It's not
I think the
anal.
closest label is like necrophilia. Like honestly, that's just like because you're just
Are they dead?
flesh, it's just flesh and death. There's nothing there.
Well, at what point
There's
after
shit.
the heart stops beating? Can you be like,
Aw.
Body's core
Hey.
temperature.
Incredible hitting now.
By the way, wait.
if it's AFib, then it's like there's always like a little pause.
I'm judging you here. Do you
Okay.
want to make it to 10 years?
Okay, I'm just saying. Wondering
Oh my god.
Wait, maybe that's what.
where the
Maybe
lines
that's
are.
what that guy was doing. Maybe he was getting like CPR through the dick. I don't know. Maybe that's like live.
I don't think that's how that works.
No.
Stop
Crystal's
marijuana.
like limping into fucking urgent care, and she's like, "I don't want to die." And John's like, "Eh."
Put a shot in her ass.
By the way, that's not even the right treatment. He just paid them to do that.
Like, we're going either way.
When I went to go get an
Just
X-ray.
getting it comfortable. Just getting
What
you
was that
comfortable.
for, anyways?
You see John sitting back. He's like, yeah, bend over.
What was that for, anyways?
What was what for?
The shot in the ass.
It's like an
It's medicine.
antihistamine. She's having a fucking asthma attack, dude.
For breathing, bro.
Something
Yeah.
you and your
It was my-
COPD ass know very little about.
Jimmy said last time I was ER to sore throat. I got a shot in the ass too.
Why am I fucking Yes, I have it too.
You guys don't know this,
That's the
but
left side.
when Jimmy had his neck surgery, the doctors actually stuck their dicks in his throat hole while they were in there.
Oof.
You'll notice none of my co-hosts are laughing because we all know it's a true story.
He's got PTSD and COPD.
So since we're all telling fucked up stories and Boyce started off with the work ones
Sorry.
or prior work ones, the most fucked up thing that happened in my work career, I used to do customer service for an ISP, and I would do kind of like the VIPs and business clients, and if there weren't any of those, I would be fed overflow calls for like normal tier 2 stuff, so anything phone, internet, or TV related. And I got a phone call. It was a business client, and it was a streamer, and they weren't the type of streamer that did it with their clothes on. So they kept saying they couldn't get to this website. Okay, no problem. What's the website? And one of the things that we just got preached about in training was, well, we're not screen sharing with the customers enough to show them that things work. Okay, no problem. So I screen share with the customer. I hop on the computer with her to prove that there's an internet connection, so it's website related. Well, she wanted us to make sure that she could get to the website. Okay, no problem. Well, it was similar to OnlyFans, but worse. And here I am desktop streaming with her. It's up on my screen, too, in the middle of an open cubicle office.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Great.
I'm right next to a main hallway.
Perfect.
At the time. And the call center supervisor is walking behind me.
Of course.
As a really bad thing comes up on screen. And
what was that? What was that?
Was it a vagina?
Kyle's
like,
Boyce,
it was.
I knew you looked familiar.
Just not from this angle.
Well, let's just say the sliding doors open, but it wasn't sliding doors; it was legs.
I love Kyle's stories because Kyle's always like, so
let's just say that it was her meat curtains and my meat curtains.
We literally just spent fucking 25 minutes talking
Matt.
about fucking colostomy holes, and Kyle's like, I'm not gonna say her legs were spread, but her, you know what I mean?
Yes. So she's,
but every once in a while, Kyle's like, oh yeah, no, that deer sucked off my friend, and that's like,
we got merit badges.
Like you got to pick one, dude.
So, anyways, so
you're watching porn with
we proved that she can get onto the site. We found out that it was basically her computer was screwing her over on that, literally and metaphorically. And she opts to minimize the browser and pull up basically a full screen cam of her naked, and I'm just sitting there like with my head in my hand, just trying to figure out how to not get fired. And my supervisor is standing behind me watching, and I'm like, cool, so everything's working now. Is there anything I can help with?
Would you say he was getting a chubby?
There was a knocking on the back of my chair, yes.
Oh, my
probably.
God.
So I get pulled off.
We need to keep you on screen, ma'am.
She's like, Dad?
Wait, your supervisor pulled you off?
After the call, my supervisor pulled me off. Yes, my supervisor pulled me off. My supervisor pulled me off the call and goes, "Oh, so what led to this, and why was that on your screen in the middle of the call center? We're gonna have so many sexual harassment claims against you because of this, because there were so many women walking behind you." And I'm like, "You told us we needed to screen share. She didn't tell me what she needed access to on a website." And so it turned into this whole thing where we had to review the call. And of course, like for that week where it was getting reviewed, I couldn't train anybody or do anything. So I was on bitch duty.
Right. Was the person you were on the phone with a patron of this website or the content creator on this website?
Oh, she was a content creator.
Yeah,
she was one of the streamers.
This whole story, I've been picturing like an 80-year-old woman who can't get her internet to work.
No, this
trying to watch porno.
That's what she's watching.
This was like a 22-year-old woman with a lot of money, reasons to make money. Yeah.
I am certain that somewhere there's a video of this happening. I feel like this was.
Oh, probably. I haven't found it.
For content, and definitely she streamed it, and Kyle's somewhere.
Security camera.
Oh no, I didn't have a webcam. It was a work computer.
Okay. Well, perfect.
Yeah, maybe my voice, but whatever.
Background, like
sexy ass voice.
He's like, try hitting F5 to refresh the page.
double tap your mouse. Double tap it.
Now scroll.
So, so I found out 2 days later when I checked my work email, she had emailed me access keys to her website, which was hilarious.
Perfect.
Yeah.
For the
Miranda just face palmed so hard.
Is she still active?
I have no idea.
You checked up on her recently? How's she doing?
Of course.
No, we haven't kept in touch. I don't know.
Oh,
it was just hilarious.
I mean, she's keeping in touch with or without you. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true.
Oh my
Dear
God.
Kyle, thanks.
She was very comfortable with keeping in touch.
How much
with
is the child
herself.
support?
I don't have a child.
How much was the technical help? Fucking $5 a minute.
Oh,
Kyle's like, thank you for calling Comcast.
Did you mail your clients tissues in advance before the call? You know what I'm saying? Come on, include something for $5.
Kyle's taking some like selfies, like
it was Comcast. Add an E anyway.
you say Comcast. What?
Just add an E. That's all. It's English humor. There you go.
Comcast.
Kyle's got one of those little headsets with the microphone that comes out, except it's teeny tiny, and he puts it on his balls.
Just Howard Stern's them.
Oh,
It's like literally just a headpiece.
Just the headset.
we gotta do better than this, guys.
I can picture with like the closed captioning going, "Hey, thanks for calling Comcast." This is like they're literally like, "Why the fuck did we come on here?"
Like, these gummies be hitting.
A couple times, a little bit.
All right.
Right now.
Give us one of the best worst, because now you guys have this super awesome podcast. You've got the laser business.
Stop! You're gonna wake up the kids. Good lord!
Who gave Alex the fucking gummies?
Seriously,
Alex is over here like,
Did he have?
Is he picturing?
crisis.
He's picturing the ball sack. He is. He's picturing the ball sack as it jiggles while the headset talks. Yeah, exactly. He pictures shit like I do in my head. Like I see little movies and I just can't stop. What I was going to ask is, what's one of the best stories you got, the best worst stories you got from your jobs before lasering shit and before doing the cool podcast?
Ooh, jobs?
My job was really boring. I worked for
an office job.
an oil company for 12 years doing accounting. It was literally the worst fucking
No
shit.
ostomy bags in the oil field? Like,
No.
you didn't have them blaze checking each other's oil?
I mean, so there's a lot of a lot of the drilling terms are dirty because they're made by men in the drilling industry.
Drilling.
And there's things like stripper rubber and dead man's. Oh God, I've lost
called
a lot
like
of
was it Dead Man's Foreskin? I think that's what it's called.
no. Just like, I mean,
What's wrong
just
with you?
there's simple shit of like just like how they would they'd make hole. You know, that means it successfully got drill pipe. I mean, they laid pipe all the time.
Successfully.
So yeah, like that was the most exciting part. And then I worked at a grocery store for 7 years before that. So I don't really have. You probably have some good ones because he's worked in news.
Crystal's at the water cooler. She's like, I eight's afraid of 7.
I
7, 8, 9.
The crazy hair and the tattoos and the one who didn't give a fuck and was there because they paid me a lot of money. And my mom helped me get a job when I was 23 or something at the time.
Fucking A, dude. Whatever pays the bills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I didn't leave until we left the state. And
Yeah.
I
so
saw a
Get
body
paid.
pulled out of a canal yesterday.
oh, he did.
You saw a what?
A body get pulled out of a canal yesterday.
And the
Like with
crazy
your eyes?
Jesus.
I was driving, so I picked up one kid from school, and I was driving down the street to go pick up the other kid from daycare. And, especially with my son is obsessed with any kind of emergency vehicle. And then with him, anytime I see a lot of them, then I'm like calling him, like, what the fuck's happening? What's going on? So I see I don't know how many fire engines and ambulances and then a whole bunch of unmarked cop cars and all that shit. So I call him, go see what's going on. And then he texted me and he was like, oh, it's a car in a canal.
What do you do, John? You're are you production?
I'm a cameraman for the news.
Fucking A, dude. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Dude, you have seen some shit, I bet. Oh my god.
Yeah.
How often do you have to deal with streakers on the live news?
Streakers, not much at
Just
all.
annoying drunk people, especially if they're on Miami
that
Beach.
and fuck her right in the pussies.
Yes. about to say that.
So we still get those as they're driving by. Not like how the viral videos are, but screaming out of a car, "Fucking right in the pussy!" I'm like, "Yep, thanks for watching."
Can I ask you though, like, how much of, because there's you at work who's like fucking dickheads, but then there's you that's like, yeah.
He watches all those videos and they make him laugh every time. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, you see the guy coming like out of the, because like, do you, like, when you're doing camera, like, do you keep your other eye open too? Yeah. So like, you see them coming, and do you just be like, let me just get this guy viral quick?
Does your other eye look like?
No, so I don't look for. I look for them to like not have them ruin my shot.
Yeah.
But,
listen,
but I do
if
like.
you let one sneak on and you go viral because you got that shot because of the idiot in the background.
I don't go viral because I worked with a guy who ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
I worked when I was in Colorado. One of the guys I worked with, he shot that video. And no one knows. I didn't even know who he was until he told the story.
Oh man!
Because he worked at that news station, and then someone
ripped the whole world.
Well, but somebody ripped that video from their newscast and posted it.
Okay.
And it got viral. He didn't he didn't leak it and it got viral.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I would have put that on YouTube straight up.
Yeah.
Right.
That chick was gold.
Well, and then what about the shooting? You guys heard the shooting and literally ran up on scene not knowing that those were the suspects.
No, we saw a tree. We thought it was a bad accident. We thought because we saw a tree down in the middle of the road blocking like 3 lanes and a car smoking. So they
were heading somewhere else.
Right. So I pulled a U-turn to kind of help them, and then not knowing if the car was like on fire or whatever. So, and this was at 4 a.m. So when we turned around on the phone with first responders and everything, kind of telling where we were, we hear pops, but we're thinking the tires popped. We didn't know what the pops were. And then later on, once police came over and everything, and of course it had to become our story because since we were the first ones there to kind of see what happened,
right?
We had to give police statements, so we had to stay on scene. But anyway, apparently a guy. So there was a chase from a few gas stations, and this minivan hits the tree, and the guy gets out of the van with what seemed to be 2 broken legs to throw a gun over into a creek.
Yeah.
And when the gun hit down, those were the 2 pops because it must have like gone off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or they were shooting each other, one or the other. But yeah. So there's that.
Jesus Christ! Like you roll up and they're like, "Yo, bro, here." They like strap you up.
Where do you guys live?
So that shooting story was in Denver,
Florida.
But we live in Florida now.
That shit would happen out here too, though.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was about to say, when you said that, I know you guys are from Florida. I was like, that's Florida. All of it.
No, that was actually in Denver.
Florida energy.
Another fuck Florida episode of Emergency Stop because we don't have enough of those.
Floridians unite.
Florida.
What?
Do you like it? Do you guys like Florida?
Yeah, I love Florida. I'm from Florida.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, no, he's converted me. I'm from Colorado, so I lived in Colorado for 30. I don't know when we left.
They got crazy shit in Colorado, though.
The what?
They got crazy shit in Colorado too, though.
Yeah. No, there's some crazy shit, and I hate snow. I hate that it takes me 3 times as long to get somewhere.
Had a girl.
Always. I did like how in the winter, like life would slow down because you wouldn't go as many places because it was cold.
Because you can't.
You didn't want to drive in the snow or scrape off your car. Because it doesn't slow down out here because it's always like good weather for the most part, unless it's like a rainy day or tropical storm or whatever. But yeah, so I fucking hated the snow. I hated it. And, I always worked like 45 minutes from work. So 45 minutes on a snow day. Now it's like 2 hours. Yeah.
Just say like 3 hours later.
And then the summers were dry, hot as fuck. So it was like 100 degrees. Like just the
now you get swamp ass.
Closer to it. So I always say, hey, it feels like it's killing me. So yeah, no, I kind of like
the qualifier though. I always can't help but notice that you're like, yeah, no, life never slows down here. The weather's beautiful every single day, unless your entire life is destroyed.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's how it is in California too. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love California. The weather's so good."
As long as there's no earthquakes.
It's like, yeah, as long as you're not in the middle of a fucking
Everything
9.0
is on fire.
earthquake or everything
Yeah.
just fucking burned to the ground.
listen,
Yeah, you're great.
Flooding now.
So compared to yes, compared to Colorado, so like the thing you had to worry about in Colorado was like the very, very, very rare tornado. But the tornado sirens were scary enough because it was like the world is fucking ending. Or really bad snowstorms. Yeah. And those only lasted so long. It would be like a couple days where you'd be fucked, but like that's it for the most part.
And then it melts.
Right, exactly. And then it melts and it does it all over again. But that was all winter long, right? Well, here it's like you can have a hurricane season and none of them hit you. So, or you could have
all of them hit you.
Like the best way to explain, people don't know. Like the best way to explain
drive up
hurricane
to the
season.
scene of a crime, and the bad guys can be shooting at you while you're trying to record them for the news, and some of the bullets could hit you, or none of them. You don't know.
I show up after the police. If police aren't on the scene, neither am I.
Unless you come up on a scene.
Yeah, well, that was in Colorado. Here in Florida, if I see a car accident, I keep it moving. I'm not stopping here in Florida.
You're not about to stop and see if Florida man's okay.
No. And in Denver, where it's
so true.
People, I would stop.
Safe white people.
Yeah, safe white people. I would stop and see, is everyone okay? But here in Florida, no.
Dude, I have a friend of mine who's from Colorado, and they came down, and literally there was this guy, and he probably was having a heart attack, honestly, and he was driving on the road, and he's swerving left and right. But then he went into the median, and my friend's like, yo, we have to pull over and help that guy. And I was like, fuck that. And I just kept driving because you don't know if that dude's on meth. You don't know if he's got a gun and he's going to fucking shoot you in the face when you go to knock on that window. Because it's crazy town down here. And to me, when I was...
heard about it happening here. America is fucked over all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Because where are you guys? You're on the West Coast or East Coast, right?
East Coast. Yeah. South Florida.
Yeah, so I'm over in Tampa. So it's just as crazy over here.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about the Rochester winters is that up here we're all too busy trying not to freeze to death to kill each other. You know, we have a common enemy.
The weather.
The weather is our enemy.
We have a common enemy. Alligators.
Anacondas.
I'm gonna do John and Crystal a solid here and end the show. Because we're at 57 minutes.
No.
Do you regret it? Do you regret your time here?
No.
You can be honest.
It was fun.
Not at all.
This is nightmare. It was horrible.
I wouldn't put my contacts in. I would have stayed looking at ragamuffin.
She told you, like, should I put my contacts in? Yeah, I think I want to be presentable. I'll put my contacts in.
Now that you've heard the show, do you understand why we don't have video?
Yeah, but I feel like you kind of need it. There's a lot of reactions.
It's all about the descriptors here.
I can tell you right now, Crystal really enjoyed watching me eat the combos.
I know.
No, listen. It wasn't only Crystal.
No, that's fucked up.
What's your OnlyFans? Do you eat combos?
Come see me in Tampa.
Can you send me a cameo?
Yeah, I'll send you a combio.
Special thanks to all of our Onlyostomy subscribers out there. If you want to see if John and Crystal stick around for the bonus episode, you can sign up to support the podcast over at onlyostomies.com. And there's a link down in the description for you.
Oh my god!
I don't even know what else to fucking plug. I think that's all I've got.
You can plug that hole.
Fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? Crystal, John, thanks for coming on.
We're having
masochists. And
wait, we're in our dungeon.
I see it, and the listeners do not. So they're picturing something very different than what I'm seeing right now. And
tell us about that butt plug behind you.
Boyce is there, and people are getting shots in the ass. And like
the website's available, just so you know.
For a limited time.
Oh dear God!
What an asshole!
Yeah, this is fucked up.
Spell that? I was going to say
literally an asshole.
Right. Wouldn't it be IES?
I don't know. It's an ostomy.
I don't ask Matt. Matt, would it be IES at
It
the
should be
end?
Oz to me, like ME.
Alex, don't say anything. You didn't even graduate high school.
It doesn't matter.
You gonna tell
Got
us?
me again. Got me again.
That's a good way to end it.
Right?
Fastest knobs in the West.
Every time.
Go find those knives.
Yes,
5 seconds left.
Fuck. Let me go look that up now. Sorry. I spelled it wrong.